What's good, y'all? Blacksmith here, and today we're here to talk about Smile 2. And I don't think it's much of an understatement to say that this was one of the most highly anticipated sequels that we've had for a movie in the last few years. The first movie was just as entertaining as it was disturbing and delivered on all fronts in the horror genre. So, did Smile 2 continue to deliver on what the first movie gave us? Let's talk about it. Smile 2 picks up right after the events of the first movie, but this time the curse follows a Grammy Award winning pop star named Sky Riley. And the Smile curse does everything in its power to use Sky Riley's past trauma and past experiences against her in order to control her. It's pretty much a fight for life and death just like the first movie, but with a lot more plot twists this time around. New characters, new situations, new trauma, new disturbing experiences to be had in this movie. And without giving away too much of the plot, that's all I can say. So now, let's get into these pros and cons. First pro I want to talk about, continuity. Not just when it comes to the story, but also when it comes to the cinematography. This movie did a fantastic job in weaving and even at some points ending the events that happened in the first film and tying them into this film. With the explanation they gave and how the curse is passed on to another person, they did a great job pretty much showing how it got to this point in Smile 2. On the cinematography side, they didn't really change much, and that's a great thing for this movie because they didn't have to. From the look, the feel, the vibe, whatever you want to call it, each shot in this movie looks just as creepy and unsettling as they did in the first movie. They also did a lot of new angles this time, and you could tell that they had fun shooting this movie. The next pro I want to talk about, the thrills. I was going to say jump scares, but we all knew that those are going to be in here. But this movie took the thrills and jump scares that we saw in the first movie and amplified them 100 times over. Starting from the opening scene, this movie wastes absolutely no time giving you the thrills. The thrills pick up from there and have a snowball effect throughout the rest of the movie's runtime, so you're in for something good. The last pro I want to talk about, the acting. All the actors did a fantastic job in this movie, especially Naomi Scott, who played the lead role of Sky Riley. She did a fantastic job expressing the trauma and fear that her character was having throughout the movie. And on top of that, she did sing the songs that are in the movie, roughly making the movie's soundtrack because she does play a singer, so she was pretty much a great double threat when it came to acting and singing. Alright, now it's time to get into some cons. Now, I don't have a lot of cons for this movie, but I do have a big one. The story. When it comes to the story, this movie was something we already saw something similar to this year, and even a few years ago. And the movies I'm referring to are the movies Trap and Truth or Dare. Trap had a pretty similar plot about a musician who was fighting for her life. And for those of you who remember the 2018 movie Truth or Dare, where, an entity would take over someone's body with a creepy smile, just like in Smile movie, and ask the person truth or dare, and they have to do the truth or dare, or else they, get X'd out. This movie had that same type of vibe and pretty much went in that same direction, in a sense. Now, I know a lot of people didn't like the movie Truth or Dare, but I personally did and was hoping that it would get a sequel. But it never did because of the direction that it ended up going in. And I can say the same for this movie as well. I will say, Smile 2 did what Truth or Dare tried to do, but better. But it does have me wondering, because of the direction that Smile 2 went in that was similar to Truth or Dare, if we're going to get a sequel for this movie. Yeah, I don't know. This movie kind of had a lot of tropes that we've already seen earlier this year, even a few years back. And even though it was enjoyable and the plot twist made the story a little bit more different and worth the watch, to me, it just seemed a little bit stale after a while. At one point, I did kind of have a good guess at the direction that the movie was going to end at, and thought to myself, if it does end that way, then are we even going to get a sequel? And I don't think we are. That's for the same reason Truth or Dare didn't get a sequel. I think it would just be ridiculous to look at. But it would be entertaining. I don't think the entertainment factor would decrease, but it would just be complete total chaos. And you'll know exactly what I mean when you see this movie. Overall, I really enjoyed this movie. It's very rare that a movie sequel, especially a horror movie sequel, does what the initial movie did but better, amplifies it 100 times over, and keeps the momentum going. It was great to experience. So if you're looking for a good horror movie, I suggest checking this one out immediately. Thanks for checking out my review. Let me know if you plan on seeing this movie. Let me know if you've already seen it and what you thought about it. Let me know what you thought about my review, and give this video a like and your boy a follow. I truly appreciate it. And until next time, peace.